Friends, you are reading the title Shaper, Shaped, and the poet Harendranath Chattopadhyay. This poem is in unit number 2 and has a second reading. First of all, I would like you to see one picture. But before giving you the picture, let me ask one question to you. After watching this picture, you have to think and discuss whose picture is this and which human tendency or human nature or human attitude belongs to this person in the history. Okay, let's see this picture. Can you see? Yes. Here is a picture of a person having 10 heads, weapons, and showing anger. Can you imagine? Can you guess which picture is this? Yes, this picture is from the Ramayana. And who is that? That's Ravan, right? And the most important thing I would like to know, what is the symbol of this picture? What is the symbol of? Yes, this picture is the symbol of characteristic of human nature, and I think you are able to understand, right? Ravan is the symbol of arrogance, pride, and disagreeable nature in the history. It's a part of the Ramayana, but here we just want to take one thing from this picture, the word arrogance. We know the history. Arrogance brought Ravan's death. Let's enter into this our poem that also deals with arrogance. But whose arrogance? Ravan's arrogance? No, it's not Ravan's arrogance. Here, let me show you the next slide. You will try to understand. Here, now we are coming to the poem, and this picture you are watching. Actually, this picture is of Harendranath Chattopadhyay. Harendranath Chattopadhyay is the poet of this poem, Shaper, Shaped. And so far as the poem is concerned, the poet himself accepts and admits that in the past he used to think that he was the best, he was the most powerful, he had all the skills, he had all the knowledge, every like that. Yes, he himself accepts that thing. And really, as a member of the society, Harendranath Chattopadhyay was multi-dimensional personality of India. Harendranath Chattopadhyay was a famous artist, a poet, a dramatist, an actor, and a philosopher, and all in one you can say he was a scholar man. He was a politician, and because of all these abilities, Harendranath Chattopadhyay thought himself to be the most capable person of the society. He had his own ideas, and in the society even too, he was getting that kind of respect. This is the matter of past, not present, past of Harendranath Chattopadhyay. Why are we talking like this, past and present? Because Harendranath Chattopadhyay himself tells us that he was like that in the past. Then what came between the past and his present? Let's see what came between his past and his present while writing this poem. Let's see the next. Think that he was the best, he was the most powerful, he had all the skills, he had all the knowledge, every like that. Yes, he himself accepts that thing. And really, as a member of the society, Harendranath Chattopadhyay was multi-dimensional personality of India. Harendranath Chattopadhyay was a famous artist, a poet, a dramatist, an actor, and a philosopher. And all in one you can say he was a scholar man. He was a politician. And because of all these abilities, Harendranath Chattopadhyay thought himself to be the most capable person of the society. He had his own ideas, and in the society even too, he was getting that kind of respect. This is the matter of past, not present, past of Harendranath Chattopadhyay. Why are we talking like this, past and present? Because Harendranath Chattopadhyay himself tells us that he was like that in the past. Then what came between the past and his present? Let's see what came between his past and his present while writing this poem. Let's see the next. Here, one slide is showing something symbolically. Then one day, self-realization took place. Again, I am reading the sentence. One day, self-realization took place. Means Harendranath Chattopadhyay got the real understanding of his position in this big world. And considering his real position in this whole universe, he said he got the self-realization, and after that his attitude towards himself and towards the creator, the master, changed. Before the self-realization, Harendranath thought that he was the master creator of poems, drama, art, skill, philosophy, like this. But after this self-realization, what change came? Let's see. After getting the self-realization, after getting the understanding of the total reality of the world, we can see in this picture what change came in his life. We can see his photo in old age, means when he was old. And there is also another picture of Bhagwan Shri Krishna in our Hindu religion. And there is also one picture of a small pottery work. Why I have put this pottery photograph here? For understanding that, let's read what has been written on the slide. Not me, but you are all powerful. Means હું નહીં પરંતુ આપ જ તમે જ સર્વશ્રેષ્ઠ સૌથી શક્તિમાન છો. I am just a tool in your hand. मतलब હું તમારા હાથનું એક સાધન માત્ર છું. Read the next statements. I am clay. I am a song of God, and God has made me. હું એક માત્ર માટી છું, ભગવાનનું ગીત છું. ભગવાને મને અથવા મારું સર્જન કરેલું છે. These changes started coming after getting the real understanding of life. Here in this poem, this thing has been included. That's it. Yes. Which thing is there? The past and present. And between the past and the present, self-realization. Before the self-realization, arrogance was there, anger was there, pride was there. But after self-realization, politeness is there, humbleness is there, acceptance, the existence of concrete reality of God is there, and surrendering oneself to God is there. Right thing is there. Let's go to the words or the idea of this poem in written form. This poem deals with a change from a man's obsession with himself, and with self-realization has come the knowledge of humility and surrender to the will of God. That's I said you. Okay? Here in the next part, it has been written, કવિ નિખાલસતાથી કબૂલે છે કે ભૂતકાળમાં પોતે આત્મકેન્દ્રી અને અહમમાં રાચતા હતા. બરાબર? અને પોતાને સર્વશ્રેષ્ઠ માનતા હતા. પરંતુ છેવટે જ્ઞાન થતા તેમને પોતાના જીવનનો વધુ ઉચ્ચ ગોલ કે હેતુ હોવાનું સમજાય છે. That's the theme of this poem. Before we enter into the stanzas of the poem, we would like to see some words for better understanding. Right? Here are the words for you. Some words are there, some words. Let's read fast and try to keep in your mind. The first word, portal. Portal means માટલો કે ઘડો બનાવનાર કુંભારી કામ કરનાર વ્યક્તિ. The second word, seized. એટલે બંધ કરી દીધું, એટલે કે એવું વિચારવાનું બંધ કરી દીધું, છોડી દીધું એમ. Third word, mold. Mold means to give the shape, ઘડવું એમ. પછી next one is there, lately won means સમય જતો જે સમજણ પડી તે, સમય જતો જે જ્ઞાન મળી તે. Next word is clay, CLAY, clay. Clay in Gujarati we call it માટી, જેમાંથી કુંભાર માટીનો ઘડો બનાવે છે તે માટી. Fashioner of swords, એટલે કે તલવાર બનાવનાર, તલવારને ઘડનાર. Battlefields, એટલે કે યુદ્ધના ક્ષેત્રો, યુદ્ધ યુદ્ધ ક્ષેત્રો, લડાઈના મેદાનો. Gleamed. Gleamed means ચમકેલું, ચમકેલું. Glittered, એટલે ચળકાટ વ્યાપતો હતો. And the word is brimming with. Brimming with એટલે નાથી છલોછલ ભરેલું હોવું. એટલે કે the poet here wants to say that his mind, his heart was full of. The next word is there, in bygone days. એટલે બીતેલા સમયમાં, બીતેલા દિવસો. સમય પસાર થયો અને પછી એક નવો શબ્દ છે ડ્રીમર. ડ્રીમર એટલે સ્વપ્ન જોનાર. સ્વપ્નો જુએ છે, હરલ કરવું, ફેંકવું. ઇન્સોલન્સ. ઇન્સોલન્સ એટલે ઉદ્ધત. શું થાય? ઉદ્ધત. એમરાલ્ડ. એમરાલ્ડ એટલે નીલમણિ, રત્ન છે. Who has all money or wealth or diamonds and jewelry, who keeps all this like this? Rich people, wealthy people, superior people of the society keep all this kind of jewels and jewelry, and therefore for them this word has been used. Emerald they have. Kneeling, K-N-E-L-I-N-G, એટલે નીલ કરવું, ઊંટવું, સોરી ઊંટવું નહીં, ઊંટણીએ પડવું. Kneeling એટલે ઊંટણીએ પડવું. The last word is there, supreme. Supreme power, એટલે પરમ આત્મા, પરમેશ્વર. These are the words that will come in our poem. Referring to these words will be very useful and helpful to understand the stanza line by line. We start the stanza. Here the poem starts. The title, Shaper Shaped, by Harindranath Chattopadhyay. In days gone by, I used to be a potter who would fill his fingers small gilded clay to patterns on his will. But now, through wisdom lately born, that pride has gone away. I have ceased to be the potter and have learned to be the clay. That's the first stanza, first example, first metaphor. Here, in days gone by, કાળમાં જૂના સમયે યુવાનીમાં I used to be a poet. I used to be a potter, right? And as a potter, it was my profession to make different clay molds, giving different shapes and patterns on my will. And at that time I was, the poet says this, poet says, I was like a potter making the pots. The potter was very proud, was very arrogant, whereas was proud of his skill of making the pots. But as the time passed, the potter got the knowledge, lately won knowledge or wisdom, we can say, and after getting that suj, after getting that wisdom, after getting that self-realization, pride has gone away. હવે મારું અભિમાન, મારું ઘમંડ નાશ પામ્યું છે. I have ceased to be the potter. હવે હું પોટર રહ્યો નથી. હવે હું માટીના વસાણ બનાવનારો ઘમંડી પોટર નથી. I have learned to be the clay. હવે હું પ્રભુના હાથનો એક માટીનો ભાગ છું, જેમાંથી પ્રભુ ઘડો બનાવવાના છે. I live according to God's wish, God's will. My life is decided by the supreme power. મારા જીવનનો નિર્ણય હું ઘમંડી નથી કરવાનો. હવે મારા જીવનનો નિર્ણય મેં પ્રભુને સોંપ્યો છે. કારણ કે અત્યારે સુધી મને એમ હતું કે હું જ સર્વશ્રેષ્ઠ છું, મને મારી સ્ત્રીનો ઘમંડ હતો, પણ સમજણ પડી કે ના, હું ઘડો બનાવનાર પણ નથી, ઘડો પણ નથી, હું તો માટી છું અને આ માટીમાંથી પરમાત્મા મને શેપ આપવાના છે. So let him give me the right shape. I pray to God. Okay? I hope you are understanding the poem very easily. The next stanza here, before we come to the next stanza, there are some questions to discuss. Let me revise the question short. The first question is, what was the poet in the past? Poet Kamashwara. The poet was a potter in the past, you understand? The poet was a potter in the past. Next question is, what was he proud of? What was the poet proud of? What was the potter proud of? The potter or the poet was proud of the skill of making poets. Right? The third question, who made the poet realize the truth? કવિને સત્યનું જ્ઞાન કોણે કરાવ્યું? That's common. The Lord made the poet realize the truth. Which truth did the poet realize? Which truth did the poet realize? The truth of being clay and being in the hand of Supreme God. This truth did the poet realize? Yes. Last question from the stanza. What change came in the poet's life? No change in the જીવનમાં in the poet's life, the big change came of giving up of pride and arrogance and surrendering to the will of God. Right. The next. Here is the next stanza I am reading. In other days I used to be a poet, through whose pen innumerable songs would come to win the hearts of man. But now, through new God knowledge, which I had not had so long, I have ceased to be the poet, and I have learned to be the song. There is one quotation beside this stanza. This quotation is also related to these lines. Let's read. Arrogant, I think I have written lines which qualify me to be the poetess of America. Again I am reading. Arrogant, I think I have written lines which qualify me to be the poetess of America. As Ted will be the poet of England and her dominions. Sylvia Plath. Who has written these lines? Sylvia Plath. એમણે એમ લખ્યું છે, એરોગન્સ હોવાને કારણે મારા ઘમંડ, મારા અભિમાન અને એ સ્વભાવને કારણે મને એમ લાગ્યું કે મારી લખેલી કવિતાઓના કારણે હું તો અમેરિકાની સર્વશ્રેષ્ઠ કવિત્રી બની ગઈ છું. જેવી રીતે ઇંગ્લેન્ડના ઇંગ્લેન્ડના મોટા કવિ બન્યા છે. The same statement links with our stanza. Our poet Harindranath Chattopadhyay tells us that in his past life he had the thought of being very proud of his poetry. Yes, the poet was very proud of his poems, his songs, and he would think that people enjoy his poems, and he gives the joy to people, and he was taking pride of his ability of creation of the poetry. Right. But after that, self-realization came, new got knowledge. ઘણા બધા ગીતોની રચના કરી, લોકોના હૃદય જીત્યા, અભિમાન આવ્યું, પછી ન્યુ ગોટ નોલેજ પણ આવ્યું, સાચું જ્ઞાન પણ આવ્યું. અને એનાથી એ જે જ્ઞાન આવ્યું ત્યાંથી જે પરિવર્તન આવ્યું એ હવે આપણે સમજીએ છીએ, જાણીએ છીએ. બે લાઈનો ફરીથી વાંચીશું. I have ceased to be the poet. હવે હું એ કવિ રહ્યો નથી. હવે હું કવિ રહ્યો નથી. હવે હું એ સાચા કવિનું ગીત બની ગયો છું. Means I have given up my pride. I have given up my arrogance. Now my poems, my ability does not come from me. It comes from the superpower, the Supreme Lord, Almighty, whatever we can say, the Bhagwan. Yes. The same idea is expressed in the next stanza. Let's have the Here are some questions to ponder over from the previous stanza. The question is there, what was the poet in the old days? Poet ભૂતકાળમાં શું હતા? સ્ટાન્જાના આધારે કહીએ તો he was a poet. What did the people enjoy? લોકોને શું આનંદ આપતો હતો? The people enjoyed our poet's songs. Who was the real poet? હવે જાઓ તો તમને ખબર જ છે. The real poet was, yes, it would be now not necessary to speak the word. And what is the poet in reality according to this poem? સચ્ચાઈની રીતે જોઈએ તો કવિ પોતે હવે શું છે? એક ગીત જ છે. ગીત લખવાવાળા કોણ છે? જાણીએ છીએ. What change came in the poet's life? The change of giving up the pride and arrogance. That change is talking about here. What does the poet's past indicate? Poet નું ભૂતકાળ આપણને શું સૂચવે છે? The poet's past indicates that in his past life he did not have the knowledge of supreme power, and because of that ignorance he was very arrogant with the people. That's here there are two pictures. Here one man is sitting on his chair and there is some weapon. Actually he is the supplier and manufacturer of the weapons. And beside that picture there is one picture of some shield, some armor and some swords. We have kept these pictures to get the clear understanding of the stanza. Let's read the stanza. I was a fashioner of swords in days that now are gone, which on 100 battlefields glittered and gleamed and shone. But now I am brimming with the silence of the Lord. I have ceased to be sword maker and have learned to be the sword. Yes, the same idea. From pottery to poetry to sword making. All these stanzas indicate that the poet was having the multi-dimensional talent. He had many talents. He was a skilled person. That's why he gives us different examples. Here, right here. Here, fashioner of swords in one of the જે હથિયારોના તલવારના બનાવતા જે આપણે આ પિક્ચરમાં પણ જોઈ રહ્યા છીએ. Actually, we have kept this picture of armor and swords. This armor and sword belongs to Maharana Pratap in Udaipur. Yes, this picture is available on the internet. From there I have taken. Poet tells us that in his past life he used it to make swords and other weapons, and my swords, my weapons were gleaming and glittering in the battlefields. Many emperors have fought and won the battles. In short, he wants to say that those emperors won the battle using my swords. એમણે મારા બનાવેલા હથિયારો તલવારો વાપરીને યુદ્ધો જીત્યા હતા. In short, I was the winner. I was there, the central point. જો હું ના હોત તો let's not go into that direction. That's the limit of our point. But when change came, there's self-realization, self-knowledge, understanding of the reality, the wisdom, the knowledge. Now the poet's heart, poet's mind is brimming with the silence of Lord. હવે કવિનું મન હૃદય પ્રભુના શાંતિના વિચારોથી ભરી ગયું છે. હવે the poet does not talk about the weapons and the battlefield. Now his heart is talking about the silence of the God, the Lord. હવે કવિના મનમાં પ્રભુની શાંતિ વસેલી છે. અગાઉ જે વ્યક્તિ સ્વર્ડ મેકર હોવાનું ગૌરવ લેતા હતા, હવે the same poet, the same sword maker has become the sword of the God's hand. In our discussion many times we listen that your pen is your sword, right? હવે the poet is becoming the instrument in the hands of the supreme power. Self-decision is not there. Here the will of the God is there. Now the poet will live the life not from his point of view, but from the supreme power's point of life. Then there is no need to become so proud and arrogant and to take pride. Let's go to the next standard questions. Yes. Five questions are there. We will do the first. What was the poet in the battlefield? The poet was the fashioner of the swords. He was the maker of the swords. How were the swords made of swords? How were the swords made by the poet in the past? In His words were gleaming and glittering. ચમકતી અને ચમકદાર હતી. એમાંથી તણખા ઝરતા હશે. Who would make the swords? That's common thing. The poet in his past life, he used to make the swords. Who is the real sword maker in reality? In reality, we are the swords and our maker is He, H-E, capital H. What change came in the poet's life? The poet has stopped to become the sword maker. Now he is a sword of the God's hand, just like Arjuna in the hand of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. That's the thing. Last stanza of our poem is there. There are two pictures. The richest persons of 2019, the year of 2019. Here is a picture of Mukesh Ambani, and there is a picture of Microsoft owner. Bill Gates is there. There is one Arab person having the diamond car and golden car. In short, these people are the richest persons of the whole world according to us. In the same way, the poet of our poem, Harendranath Chattopadhyay, used to think what? Let's read the stanza. In bygone days, I used to be a dreamer who would hurl on every side an insolence of emerald and pearl. But now I am kneeling at the feet of the Supreme. I have ceased to be the dreamer, and I have learned to be the dream. Past more. Pehla, I was a dreamer, and because of a big dreamer, I had all the luxuries of life. I used to spend my wealth in every part of our needs and necessity and luxuries. Here word hurl is there. Hurl is factor. On every side, and insurance. Is the type of work behavior. Now I am kneeling at the feet of the Supreme. હવે એ hurling અને insolence પ્રાપ્ત થઈ ગઈ છે. Now I am kneeling at the feet of the Supreme. હવે આ સુપ્રીમ પાવનના ચરણોમાં મારું મસ્તક ઝુકાવું છે. એમના ઘૂંટણીએ પડ્યું છે. ક્યારથી? After getting the self-realization. I have ceased to be the dreamer. Now I am not a dreamer. I am a... તમે બોલશો તો? Read the last line. I have learned to be the dream. Now I am not a dreamer. I am a dream. And who is the real dreamer? My Almighty, the Supreme Power, is there, who has made me the super and richest, one of the richest persons of the world. It means this wealth, these luxuries belongs to, this all facilities, this wealth belongs to the Supreme Power. Because I am in the hand of the Supreme Power. In short, covering all these four stanzas, one sentence I would like to speak. The poet wants to submit or surrender himself to the will of God. Again, I am speaking this sentence. The poet wants to surrender or submit himself to the will of God. પ્રભુ ઈચ્છા મોજ પોતાની ઈચ્છાઓને સમાવી દેવાની વાત કરે છે. એટલે ઘમંડ, ઉદ્ધતાઈ, ગુસ્સો, ઘૃણા બધા દોષ નાશ પામે અને જીવનનો સાચો questions are there. We will look at this question. How is the first question? How wealthy was the poet in the old days? પાસ્ટમાં આ કવિ કેવા સુખી હતા આર્થિક સંપત્તિની રીતે. In the past, in his old days, the poet was so wealthy that he would earn emeralds and pearls, ratno, yes. Which lines show the poet's arrogance? Coming to the previous slide, because this question is asking which lines show the poet's arrogance. Let's check. Here, who would hurl on every side an insolence of emerald and pearl? શું કહે છે? હું જ્યાં ને ત્યાં ઉદ્ધતાઈમાં મારા રત્નો, મોતીઓ, મારી સંપત્તિ ફેંકતો હતો. શું દર્શાવે છે આપણે? The arrogance of the poet. Whom does the poet realize as the most powerful? કવિને અંતે સૌથી વધારે પાવરફુલ કોણ લાગે? The super power, the supreme, the Lord. In our India, in Indian culture, in Hinduism, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there is the whole chapter, the chapter of the Karma Yoga. In that chapter, Shri Krishna advised Arjuna to surrender, to submit and perform all his duty and following the will of the superpower, super God. Because even if Arjuna would not follow the God's will, it will happen what is to be done. Right? That's, we are not going into that part by perspective because of the limitations of the time. Coming to the next question, what does the poet say about the real drummer? The poet says that the real drummer is not the poet himself, but the real dreamer is the superpower, supreme God. And what change does the poet accept after self-realization? The final question of the poem. What change does the poet accept after the self-realization? આત્મજ્ઞાન થયા બાદ કવિ કયા ચેન્જનો સ્વીકાર કરે છે? Changing from, answer is given, changing from being arrogant and proud to being humble, polite and surrendering to the will of God. ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ તો ઘમંડ, ઉદ્ધતાઈ છોડીને પરમાત્માની ઈચ્છા મોજ, પોતાની ઈચ્છા સમાવી દેવી અને પ્રભુના ઈચ્છા મુજબ જ જીવન જીવવું અને આધ્યાત્મિક વિકાસ કરવો, એ જ જન્મની વાત કરવાની છે. and ask gentlemen. In short, in 2 or 4 lines, we will conclude the poem. The poet in his past life was very rude person because of his multi-talented abilities. But when he got the real perspective of life, he got the real goal, real purpose of life. His real purpose was spiritual advancement, academic pragati. That's the goal. And 2, develop the consciousness and being united with the super power, Supreme Lord Almighty. ભગવાન સાથે એક સ્થાપિત કરવું એ જ જીવનનું ગોલ હોવાનું મને સમજાય છે. એટલે જ એ પ્રભુની તમામ ઈચ્છાઓમાં જ પોતાની તમામ ઈચ્છાઓને સમાવી લે છે. આપણું આ કાવ્ય હતું જે we have tried to understand. I hope you have enjoyed and understood it well. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me.